Remember, a tool is only as good as the user of the tool is at using the tool. So before I just give you a bunch of tools, let's talk a little bit about how to use these things. You know, in the beginning of this time, I told you this styles is not an exact science and you're not that simple. And that still holds true. So tools aren't going to get you everything. They're going to get you started. Now, as you read, for example, some of these style descriptions, keep an open mind. You know, some of these statements are going to be an exact fit. Some are not going to be a fit. Some, there might be an element of truth in there if you just hold an open mind. This is a time for that 1% possibility. By that, I mean, you could be 99% right. However, if you hold a 1% possibility that there's truth in this, well, that's an open mind. That's staying curious. So, especially as you read the part about how other people see your style, do yourself a favor. Ask a friend, what's true about these statements? Listen, thank them for their honesty. I know when I first started this quest of learning about my style, what its strengths were, what things I needed to work on, there were aspects I didn't like about the traits and tendencies of a driver. There were things that I thought were good, and there were things that I really felt, frankly, weren't that complimentary. I dropped right into denial. From there, like most people, I just went through the stages of grieving as I let go of how I saw myself. Next came anger. You know, I had to remember to thank people for being honest with me. Don't be upset with them. They're giving me the gift of feedback. Sometimes that's an act of courage to give a gift of feedback. Then comes bargaining. You know, I thought, well, if I just fix a couple of things, then the highly leveraged issues and the rest will work itself out. I had to be careful because, you know, that's a very subtle form of denial. I had to be careful just not to declare victory too soon. So now I knew I was making progress when I started to get depressed. Depression may be a little bit harsh of a word for this situation, but it wasn't until I could stop feeling bad about my style to feeling okay about my style that I could actually leverage my style. And once I could do that, I could bring all that I was to any situation. So as for the interaction guides, again, they're not perfect. They were based on this theory of styles, but they were developed and tested in the crucible of corporations. We really worked on these to make sure that they were useful. But again, they're not perfect. They're suggestion. They're intended to be a conversation starter, a way to create a great conversation. So give them a try. And I guarantee you, what Benjamin Franklin said was right, that there are three things that are difficult, three things that are really hard: steel, diamonds, and to know who you are. So start and end with an attitude of curiosity, stay curious, and we've held out long enough. It's time to give you some tools.